Okay, let's go to NFC South, shall we? Because we talked about Herbert a little bit there and McDaniel. So obviously there's a third member of this conversation that needs to be talked about. It's fascinating. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, there is a third member. We also talked about turnovers as well, so you throw that in there. Tua is who we are talking about. Reports at what?
Just you added that turnover.
You didn't have to add
the way you could have framed
You didn't have to do that
we
to
were just talking, and things happen. Reports out of joints in the first preseason game were not really great down in Atlanta with Tua at quarterback. We know Penix is practicing. He's doing 7-on-7. Nothing team yet. I believe he met with a doctor yesterday to see if he can be cleared now. What are your thoughts on the Falcons' offense? Because we know they have weapons and their offensive line is good. How is Tua and his Penix is doing 7-on-7 enough to be ready for the regular season?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
You have to at least get real 11-on-11 reps in practice, let alone not having them in any type of, preseason game. I would expect Michael Penix to play this year. For him to go out on the field without any type of real live action is going to be challenging. I would expect Tua to be the starter just because of the circumstances. It was sloppy. Preseason week 1 was sloppy by everyone. Tua was sloppy, dropping snaps. The ball couldn't get out of his hand quick enough. I think Tua probably has about as little desire to get hit as possible. I don't blame him. It looks like that in his play. I've heard it sounds like that and looks like that in some of these camp practices and joint practices. And so I think Atlanta's in a situation where, they've got a quarterback that has been through a lot that doesn't necessarily want to get touched by the defense much, and they got another young, talented guy that hasn't been able to stay on the field. And I would say this: I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't.
Same.
But there's probably a minimum of 4 to 6 teams that we could already right now in October 21 or whatever it is tell you they're looking at quarterback for 2027 already. And I firmly think Atlanta's in that conversation.
It's August.
Did you say October 21?
Yeah. They're going to be
August,
awesome.
It's almost Halloween.
Yeah, if we can write this down in October, it'll be a little different because we'd already seen a bunch of games. But
you're a clown.
You're saying you're so locked in saying that, hey, there's 6 teams that we can publicly state that everybody would kind of agree with us that they have no chance of winning the Lombardi. Now, in their locker room, they all have to buy in that they can. That's on them to do that. But it does feel like Atlanta is in the middle of an interesting time. Matt Ryan, obviously in charge late. Stefanski brought in his first year. No real loyalty, really, seemingly, to whatever other than Bijan Robinson, who they just paid. They got some good defensive players as well, right?
Yeah, young rookies. So, couple injuries and suspensions, but last year they were very good at rookie on defense.
So it's like
they've paid all their offensive pieces. Bijan, Drake, and Kyle Pitts.
And
all
O-line.
paid.
And how many?
2 rookies are hurt and 1 suspended, though.
Yeah.
So how many years? Are they thinking in this new Matt Ryan era? Because obviously that's a huge change taking place, where he is now the president of football.
If they're already counting themselves out right now, they might be eyeing, hey, with this incoming draft class next year that's supposed to be one of the best ever. Maybe we kind of just punt this year and we get like an Arch Manning or something, and then we go.
Well, that was you.
All right, think about it. Think about it like this. Just realistically, Tua starts the year and play. It's almost similar to Cleveland. He starts the year and he's playing okay. They're doing okay as a team, and you get to late October, early November. Are we having a conversation about a contract extension? Given kind of what, and he's playing okay. It's not elite ball.
2 and 3.
The history.
2 and 3, maybe 3 and 4.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, well, and with his history, that realistically, it has to be a part of the conversation. The same with Michael Penix. You get to a point where Michael Penix starts, and again, he's playing okay, and the team's doing okay. Are we putting a ton of money into that? And hopefully, Tua's gotten a ton of cash, so God bless him. Hopefully, Michael Penix gets into a situation where he can. But I just think from an organizational, are we really confident in doing that? And I think the same could be said in Cleveland, where you're like, all right, Deshaun starts and Deshaun plays okay. That's going to be a really big question mark for them. Is like, all right, are we going to do that again?
And they probably have their eyes on the future. Not that they're thinking about the next draft class, because they probably have to be, but so let's not act like that's something that's not already happening out of the ordinary. but I think they both have reprieve, right? Todd Monken's first year.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
And Stefanski's first time, they both have, and Matt Ryan, I think that's a big deal.
Yes.
This is Matt Ryan and Stefanski's first year in there. Okay,
100%.
This is their first year in there. They're trying to learn and figure out what is going and what is not going with them. And maybe Penix gets in there whenever he gets healthy and plays. Maybe Tua figures it out.
Yeah.
Maybe Tua figures it out.
I
doubt
good
it.
football, man. He's played good football.
Scored 70
dude.
points in a game.
Yeah, he was the number one offense in the NFL at one
Long
point.
time ago. Last time we saw him play was against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Why do you have your jersey tucked into your pants?
Because the Premier League's starting today. It's England. It's football day.